Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. Today I want to do another update video, and I'm sort of tired of making these as you probably are of seeing them. I know I made a couple of them in 2023, so I apologize for that. But I do think this one it'll be interesting. I don't know how it'll play out, but I think it's an important one. And basically, to get right into it, to recap, obviously starting around the late summer of 22, I started to slow down on content creation, and then late fall of 22 I kind of took a pause. Late fall, early winter of 22, I took a pause from posting on Grateful Living. And then obviously, I think it was Jan of 23, I updated everyone on what was going on. And basically that, obviously, running the podcast while having a full-time job, and making content 7 days a week and putting out 4 podcasts a month and things like that I wanted to take a pause from it for, a multitude of reasons. But the most important of those being I wanted to give more time to my personal life. And so that's what I did. And unbeknownst to me, as I made that announcement in January of 23, I got a lot of feedback of people saying, thank you for everything you did, really respect it, or, thank you for certain pieces of content, they were very helpful. And that, one of the major pieces of feedback that I got was, I'd love for you to continue to do your Wednesday vlogs. At the time, I was doing a Wednesday life vlog, which would be like a 10-minute podcast episode on some life question or something like that. And people were like, we'd love for that to continue. And so, obviously I hadn't anticipated that happening. And that type of feedback coming from people. And so, I sort of tried, I sort of came back and said, okay, I'll try to commit to doing these life vlogs once a week. And, obviously my relationship with social media, for those that followed last year, was interesting, and I wasn't able to be probably as consistent as that. And and again, I came to, you get these update videos of, okay, I'm probably going to do once a month, or I'm going to do it whenever I can, and there are other things that I'm focused on and stuff like that. One other piece of feedback that I got that I didn't really talk about at that time was, in addition to the continuing the Wednesday life vlogs, a lot of people gave me the advice, like, you should still continue the podcast, but maybe go at a slower rate. Maybe post 1 podcast a month or 2 a month or something like that. And it was interesting, the headspace I was in. I couldn't see myself doing that. It just felt disrespectful to the process. And I had a tough time explaining this to, especially friends of mine. But I think the best way I can explain, when you're committed to something you know, for 2.5 years, 7 days a week, like you're fully committed. And then when someone asks you, well, just dial that back to once a week or once a month or things like that. Like it just, it feels like you're cheating the process. It feels disrespectful. And I don't know what it is about human mentality, but it just feels like you need to be all in or all out. Like it just doesn't. And I think it's been interesting as I reflect on that as time has gone on. And I should also add, what also helped with reflecting on this is there were several times last year where people came to me and were like, I know this person, or I have this friend, or I would like to be on your, personally would love to be on your platform. And I said to those people, I apologize, but I just don't feel like I can do that right now because I'm not interviewing people, and it just feels weird and bizarre to like put up one interview or maybe 3 interviews in 2023. It just felt weird. And as I reflect on that, that's sort of the update. I want to make the announcement that I'm open to interviewing people again. If Grateful Living can be a platform that is positive, whether I post an interview once every month or 2 months or whatever, it's still a positive action. And something is better than nothing. And I think that's sort of beyond the update. I think that's the lesson that I kind of want to share from all this reflecting is like, I think the best analogy for me is like, I think there's a large population or strong population, I should say, people that go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. And then there's another strong faction of people that go to the gym 0 times a week. I don't think there's a lot of people that go to the gym once or twice a week, when going to the gym once or twice a week is perfectly great for your health. And it goes into that mindset of the all in or all out. It's like, I'm either, a 4 to 5 time, gym bro or gym girl, or I haven't been to the gym in 4 years. And obviously there's some exaggeration to that, but it just feels like there's always that. And I remember hearing about this on the news, or somebody had commented about this like 4 or 5 years ago. I remember seeing this, that like humans are so good at extreme kindness, like stepping up in the wake of a natural disaster or a health crisis or whatever. But then the day-to-day kindness isn't always there. And so I saw this thing that also made me reflect, which is something is better than nothing. And for those that have an apartment or a house, that's the dream for someone that's homeless. for someone that's working or has a job, that's the dream for someone that's not working. If you have love in your life, whether it's family love, friendship love, whatever, relationship love, that's a dream of someone that doesn't have that. And I think so often we don't acknowledge that some blessings are better than no blessings. So hopefully I'm not repeating myself, but basically, I'm open to beginning interviewing people again. Again, I want to be clear, it's not going to be like the commitment I made from whatever it was, April of 2020 to October of 22, where I was reaching out to like 35 people a week and just trying to get one yes. I'm really not going to do a ton of outreach. I just want to put out there that if anybody out there that has a unique life story, or that is a quote unquote successful person in life who might want to come on and provide some life wisdom, any walk of life is obviously welcome. I think there's that perspective and learning is something we can always take out of it. And obviously the world has a big emotional health, mental health. There's a lot of hurt in the world, and anything that we can do to be positive in that and try to help people's journeys. Obviously, that's the mission of what the mission was and still is of Grateful Living, is to, that, I and so many of others have lost friends to suicide or to, too early. And, you never know what piece of content, what piece of life advice might have changed someone's direction from, being alive here today, or being, a drug addict to a normal, more of a normal relationship with stuff. And so, that's the announcement. I am excited. I don't know what it'll mean, but I just hope that we all can take the message of something is better than nothing. And it doesn't, your relationships with things don't need to be extreme. All right. Thanks, guys. Hope you're doing well.